Hey everybody, I just thought I'd do a quick little video of an update of some of the babies from this year. Really do appreciate you guys watching the videos. This is the leopard geckos that I've produced so far this year. I do still have about 10 eggs in the incubator, and I have a couple of females who are still gravid. So they may be producing more eggs, but we're coming to the end of the season, and a couple of my females have thrown infertile eggs at this point, which is not terribly uncommon. So I just want to say thank you for watching the video. If you like it, I hope I earn your subscription today. So if you'd click that subscribe button, if you'd like the video, click the like button, and maybe comment below. Certainly helps the YouTube algorithm, helps me out with that anyway. I'm certainly trying to build this channel, and I would love to hear from you guys. Alright, so this is our first baby we produced. This is the first baby I've produced in about 30 years. Super excited when this little one hatched out. Her mom is a Trimper albino. Dad is a Trimper albino. And he is also a raptor, extreme emerine, solar lines. That would be Max as the dad and Ruby as the mom. And let's see if we can get her out. She's really developed some beautiful colors. The carrot tail is starting to come in a little bit on her tail. She's getting some beautiful orange trimmings around the bands here. I don't know if the bands are going to continue to fill in, but they've started filling in. Head-wise, she is really got some stunning head stamp on there. Hopefully that's coming across on the camera. And we are outside, so it's a little hard to actually see those eyes. I don't know if I can get the camera to focus in on. There we go. But she is just stunning. I believe her to be Het Eclipse. Her dad is Eclipse. And she's just a stunning little girl here. You look at some of those colors, and hopefully she doesn't jump here. That would be horrible. We would not want that to happen. Okay, you gotta get off me. Kind of hard to do one-handed here, folks. Alright, so this is hatchling number 2. It's actually the clutch mate of the first one that I showed you. So same parents, but man, what a variation. This little girl, she's about half the size of her sister, so she's growing at a much slower rate, and is about half the weight, I should say. She hatched out and was completely pinkish purple in color, no pigment whatsoever on her except for that. Then she turned completely white, and as you can see, the yellows and the oranges and the carrot tail is starting to come in, but it's coming in very patchy. So I'm not really sure what's going on with this one. I know she's a raptor. The tail, she's got a stripe that appears to be developing down her tail. She may actually have a stripe developing on her back as well. And she's going to try to escape here. So we'll just pick her up. And see if we can get her to cooperate for a minute. Come on, camera. I want you guys to see her eyes, if I can get her to cooperate. Because her eyes are truly unique in my production this year. She has raptor eyes, but they are gray in color, and she is just not wanting to cooperate here. Maybe we can get that in. She has a snake eye, and really it's just not showing up good. But look at that head stamp. The head stamp is so very, very faded. I'm really thinking that's probably going to come in as she gets a little bit older. But the carrot tail is really starting to show up a lot. And sorry about that, my air conditioner just kicked on. But that you can really see that stripe right there. But even in the areas where she has what I'm, you know, thanks to Matt Baronic, I'm going to coin, take his phrase and say Cheeto dusting, seems to be coming on here. So that's what it just reminds me. It's like, you know, you get into the Cheetos package, and when you're done eating, you look at your fingers, and this is exactly what they look like. You know, pink with a little bit of orange and yellow all over them. So I don't know how else to describe it other than to say that. Maybe I can get over in the light, and we'll see a little bit of different color out of her. Yeah, there you go. A little more natural colors. And she doesn't really like the light at all. That's the albino. Okay, here we go. This would be the second baby that hatched this year. So the mom on this one is Aria, same dad, Max. Aria is a mandarin, Tremper mandarin. So it's an albino mandarin from the Tremper line, and you can definitely see the you know, the impact in there. I think I may have actually forgot to say in the start of the video that Max is actually Tremper as well. So let's see if we can get this one out. Max is also Eclipse, and this one, if I can get the camera to focus. Come on, camera, work with me here. There we go. This one definitely is an Eclipse. The head is almost like an eraser head, but it's got the Eclipse nose and chin. It's got the white paws, or mittens, whatever you want to call that, which is so cute on the Eclipse. But you know, you can definitely see where the orange is starting to fill in. When she was born, this was all pink, and she had a yellow dot there, a yellow stripe there, a yellow stripe here that was, you know, with the circle dot. She's also got some carrot tail that's starting to fill in. And I know we're going to have a hard time getting this out of her because it's so bright out here in the sunlight. But she actually has snake eyes. I think it's only on one, no, it's both sides. And of course the camera's not going to focus. Guys, I'm really sorry, the camera is just giving me fits today. Does not want to focus in this light, it's having a real hard time. But I really truly believe that this one's going to end up being all orange. I think this is all going to fill in. All of the bands are going to fill in. And I think she's just going to be just a gorgeous little baby. And, well, let me correct that. She is a gorgeous little baby. I think she's going to be a beautiful, beautiful adult. Alright, so this is the clutch mate of that last one. Same thing. It is a Mandarin Tremper albino with Eclipse. And that's really probably part of the reason why the orange isn't as bright as the mom. The yellow, this camera is showing everything more orange than what it is in person. The yellows are not really as orange as what you see here. They're definitely a brighter yellow color. Definitely kind of an eraser head going on there. We'll see if that fills in. It's more of a jungle pattern, but I'm suspecting that that's probably all going to fill in. We probably won't see much of that pattern because it's been steadily filling in since the day she hatched. Carrot tail is starting to come in, and she has red snake eyes. Really kind of hard to see because she's an albino. She does not like this bright light of the sunlight out here. But she has the red snake eyes. She is a beautiful baby. I'm really thinking that this one's going to be a holdback for me. I just absolutely love it. I think it's gorgeous. Alright, so here we have another jungle mandarin shrimper albino. I believe to be het-free clips. I don't even know how to describe this one to you, but this is by far the one that is displaying the most of the orange or mandarin color. Even in the tail, you look at the borders around the white of the tail. Just absolutely stunning. And apparently she's going to come up here and give us a shot of her face, as long as she doesn't... Oh, she made it out. She's a little stinker. But just absolutely gorgeous. The orange is really starting to fill in. She is about 3 weeks old and is just absolutely coloring up. She has the white paws. She has white around the chin, but I don't see a white nose. So I'm not so sure that she's het-free clips, but I could be wrong. But it's just amazing, the orange that's coming in on her. She is going to be one stunning adult, and I don't know, I kind of want to hold this one back too, but by golly, you can't hold them all back. Alright, so for those of you who actually saw my hatchling video, and make sure you check that out on my channel, I have 2 of them. This is the second video. This is the raptor that hatched in the second video. I was actually able to catch that in time-lapse from my GoPro. This one is definitely eclipse, and you can see some people call that head a pied head. Matt from Saddleback Reptiles calls that an eraser head. I don't really know what the right term is. All I know is this animal is stunning. It definitely comes off on the camera of being more orange, but it is definitely more of a yellow color. But man, look at that tail. That tail is orange almost all the way down. He's definitely wearing some white gloves, which is kind of cool. And he's going to come up here and give us a shot of his eyes. He definitely has the red eyes, and they are snake eyes as well. So I don't know, I kind of really like the snake eye gene, and in fact, to me it's like the coolest of the eyes. Alright, so here's the next one. So this was the one that came from the very first hatchling video. So if you go back to my channel and you watch those 2 hatchling, you're going to see this one. This is the one where you actually see my finger come in and tickle him out of the egg a little bit. He has completely changed. He is, I want to say, about a month old at this point. And the banding is starting to fade, starting to fill in with emerines, some beautiful greens in those black bands. Also getting very heavy dark spotting. But the white spot on the head has stayed, which, gosh, I just think that's really cool. But the orange, the mandarin is really coming in. So definitely see emerine influence here and the mandarin influence here. And is just an absolutely gorgeous young baby that is growing like a weed. And I don't know if I can get the eyes here or not, if I can get the camera to focus on the eyes, but just absolutely gorgeous eyes. The iris of the pupil is just trimmed in gold, and of course this little guy is not going to want to cooperate. They don't like the infrareds from the camera. It scares them, I think. But there we go. Now maybe we can get... There we go. Going to come up and say hello. Alright. So definitely got some really cool influences going on in here. I think you can see that emerine green coming through in the bands. The bands were completely black and they've turned gray, and now they're filling in with that orangish green appearance. and definitely has you know, those cute little white paws. So I think there's some eclipse influence going in here. And look at that tail. Look at that tail. So much carrot tail coming in. If you can't tell, I'm a big fan of the carrot tail. And that's something that I really, really like. And then look at those orange spots filling in that white. Such a pretty, pretty gecko. Alright, so that's just about all of the babies. I had one additional albino that I didn't actually bring out because I wanted to kind of get to wrapping this video up, and she looks the same as the other one. So, you know, earlier in this video I made a comment about the first baby that I hatched in 30 years. So the reason that is what it is because I got out of the industry for a very long time, and just happened to get back into it, well, now over 15 years ago, with one animal that my wife and I actually, I guess you could say, adopted, rescued, whatever you want to call it, and that would be our oldest leopard gecko. His name is Leo. Leo was somewhere between 5 to 7 years old when we actually adopted him, and that was over 15 years ago. So he's over 20 years old at this point. We don't know for sure. I would tend to say he's probably in that 22 to 25 range. My wife just happened to be walking through a PetSmart to get cat and dog food, and there was a gentleman that was back buying crickets. And she walked past and heard him talking to the employee, asking the employee if the employee would like to adopt his leopard gecko. And the employee said, "No, I've already got 3 of them at home. I don't need another one." And my wife said, "Wait a minute, you have a leopard gecko you need to find a home for?" And the guy said, "Yeah." And she says, "Well, my husband might be interested in them." Alright, sorry about that. My air conditioner went off, so I changed venues, so to speak. So anyway, we ended up meeting up with the guy, and he told us that his son got Leo as a gift, like a birthday gift, and that was when he was in grade school. He graduated from high school, went on to college, joined a fraternity, and the fraternity would not allow him to bring Leo in. So, you know, we thought, well, we could provide a good home for Leo, and we did for a really long time. He was our only reptile, and I've had a ton of stuff over the years. I spent 15 years in the pet industry, and you know, just got out of it because I did other jobs. I got into the wireless industry, and that's where I currently work. And had jobs that really didn't allow me to be home that much, and now that's changed. My oldest daughter, Haley, and I, one day a couple years ago, she needed help going to a dentist appointment, so I took her to her dentist appointment. And when we got done, I said, "Hey, we need to stop by the pet store so I can pick up some feeders for Leo and some dog and cat food." And she's like, "Okay." So we stopped, and we always walk through the reptile section, the fish section. I had fish for years too. You know, she said, "Dad, can I get a leopard gecko?" And I said, "Well, you got your own money, and you're a grown adult now. You're over 21 years old. You know, you make your decision and you do what you want." So she picked one out, and well, that kind of started things. We ended up going to Tinley last November, and there I met Brett from B&M Geckos, and that's where I bought Max. Brett is a wonderful guy. Him and his wife are awesome. They produce some spectacular geckos. If you're looking for something that's going to be solid, going to be healthy, going to have known genetics, that's definitely a good one to, you know, reach out to. Brett will take care of you, and tell him that Mark the Gecko Man sent you. That's where we got Max. Max is awesome. I also picked up 2 females from Brett at the Schaumburg in our ABC, and I can't wait to get them into the breeding mix and see what we end up with out of them, because they're amazing. I just weighed them this morning. They have a giant in their lineage, and they're definitely approaching those kind of weights. So it's going to be exciting next season to see what I actually am able to produce. This year was really primarily just a let me prove that I can do it. Not that it's hard to breed leopard geckos, but it's been a really, really long time since I've done it. So it was more of a trial season this year, just trying to see, you know, what I could actually accomplish, and I've been really excited with what we've had. I mean, obviously you've seen the babies that I have there, and it's super exciting, at least for me. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it too. As a matter of fact, if you are, I hope that I've earned your subscription today, and you'll click that subscribe button, give this video a like, and maybe give it a share, and certainly comment if you'd like to give me some pointers. Maybe I don't have genetics right or something in one of the animals. Feel free to point it out. I would also love to have you comment and tell me which one of those babies you thought was your favorite. If all things being equal, they were all the same price, so to speak, which one would you say, I gotta have it? I gotta have this one. This is our family's new pet. You know, let me know. I would be very interested to see what my viewing public thinks of the wonderful babies that I produced this year. So I guess on that note, I'll probably tell you a little bit more about my channel. It's not just a gecko channel, even though it's called Gecko Man. I also like to do a lot of outdoor cooking. So right now I got some ribs on the smoker on the pit boss, and now my dog is joining in on the chorus here. My neighbor's dog is joining in, which is awesome. They love it when we're outside. They bring their balls up and push them through the fence for us to throw them, talk to us, all kinds of stuff. They want to be in on the action. So, kind of rambling on here, so I should probably wrap this up. Oh, and you know what? I should throw one more shot out there. And now my phone is ringing. So yeah, all of these things that we hate when YouTubers do them, I'm actually having happen today. So that's awesome. Trying to get this YouTube channel off the ground, and really definitely, you know, want to get as many subscribers and be as entertaining as I can. But my channel is going to be a mix of things. It's going to be a mix of reptiles, both my journey in becoming a leopard gecko breeder, on hopefully a professional scale, and who knows what other geckos would get in the mix. Hey, that's a great question. What would you guys like to see me get into next? What species? Should it be knobtail? Should it be fat-tail gecko? I don't know. You tell me. I would love to hear about it. But right now I'm going to sign off because the dogs are going to start barking because somebody's walking down the street. So I want to thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Have a great day. Oh, shout out. Frank at Geeky Gecko. That's where I got my mandarins from. Frank did a great job for me. The mandarins have done really, really well. Definitely give Frank a call. So Brett and Frank, you guys are awesome guys. I love you, brothers. Take care. Everybody have an awesome day. Remember, enjoy what you're doing in life, and you won't feel like you're working. Have a good one.